Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you're starting a new digital project. Could be a business, a newsletter, pretty much anything online. And you want a clear path forward, right? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we are going to dive into a super simple but really powerful map for what to build first. And maybe even more importantly, what you can just totally ignore for now. So, let's get into it. You know that feeling? I think we've all been there. You're motivated, you're putting in the hours, you're clicking all the right buttons, but at the end of the week, you just feel like you're spinning your wheels. You've been busy for sure, but you haven't actually made any real progress. So, why does that happen? Well, this right here gets to the absolute heart of the problem. Over on the left, you see what feels like progress, right? Fiddling with tools, picking out the perfect platform, browsing endless templates. It's stuff you can see, it feels tangible. But then on the right, we have what is actual progress: clarity, structure, and systems. This is the stuff that's kind of invisible. It's the foundation. And it's where so many of us get it wrong. And this brings us to the biggest mistake that trips up so many smart, motivated beginners. It's this fundamental confusion, mixing up mere motion with real forward progress. Just take a look at this list. Does any of this sound a little familiar? You know, setting up a gorgeous website before you even know what you're really trying to say. Or buying a whole suite of shiny new tools before you even know what problem they're supposed to solve. Oh, and a classic, adopting some super complex pro system you saw online, when honestly a simple text file would do the trick. These actions make you feel like you're working, but they're usually a one-way ticket to burnout. And this is just so crucial to understand. The problem isn't that you're not trying hard enough. It's not a lack of effort. It is all about the sequence. It's spending all your energy on step 5 when you haven't even figured out step 1 yet. To make this crystal clear, let's just walk through a little story. A tale of two people, both starting out on the very same day. So first up, we have person A. They dive right into the fun stuff. They spend weeks designing the perfect logo, they build a really slick-looking website, and they sign up for every single tool that the experts are recommending. I mean, they are incredibly busy. Now let's look at person B. Their first move is, well, a lot quieter. They just open up a blank document, and they spend their time trying to write one single clear sentence that defines the outcome they're actually trying to create. And that's it. That's all they do. Okay, so let's fast forward a few months. Person A, the one with a great website and all the fancy tools, they are completely stuck. They're just overwhelmed. They're tired from trying to manage all of this complexity they built for themselves. But person B has momentum. They're building, maybe slowly, but it's steady because every action is guided by that clear direction. And this just nails it. The thing that made all the difference wasn't how hard they worked. It was the order in which they did things. The gap isn't work ethic, it's sequence. So, if sequence is the secret weapon, then what is the right sequence? Well, it all starts with this one big idea. Get clarity first, and literally everything else will follow from that. So here it is. This is the magic formula, the correct order of operations. First, you get clarity. Second, you build simple systems that are born from that clarity. And then, and only then, last, do you pick the tools that support those systems. If you reverse this order, and most people do, you just create a whole lot of complexity with zero momentum. But what do we actually mean when we say clarity? It's not some vague philosophical thing. It's actually a very practical act. It's about defining what you're building, why it should even exist, and what specific problem it solves for someone, and doing all of that before you build anything. Without these answers, tools are just expensive noise. Okay. So this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually get started? Let's forget about grand 5-year plans. What's something you can do in the next 15 minutes? And here it is. This is it. This is your entire first step. It's not scary, it's not complicated. Just open a blank document and write one single sentence that answers this question. What am I actually trying to build? And now for the most important part, the rules. Rule 1, no optimizing. Don't try to make it sound perfect. Rule 2, no posting. This isn't for an audience, it's for you. And Rule 3, the most important one, absolutely no judging what you write down. The goal is not perfection. The goal is just to get one honest thought onto the page. That's it. Write it, save it, and then close the file. That is a huge win for today. All right, let's talk about the final piece of this puzzle,
And honestly, it's just as powerful as knowing what to do, it's knowing what not to do. It's about giving yourself permission to just ignore all the noise. I want you to use this as your personal gatekeeper. Before you even think about buying a new tool or signing up for a new platform, run through this simple checklist. Do you know what you're building? Who it's for? What problem it solves? Can you describe it in one sentence? If even one of those boxes is unchecked, you stop. You just stop. You go back to finding more clarity. This alone will save you so much time, money, and heartache.
This means you can happily and without any guilt put all of this stuff on hold. Your website, all the little branding details, those complex automations, feeling like you have to be on 5 different platforms, advanced tools, scaling systems, all of it. It can wait.
It really just boils down to this one simple mantra you can use to guide all your early decisions. Just ask yourself, does doing this thing right now help me get more clarity? If the answer is no, then it waits. Period. And I want to leave you with this one final thought, because it is so incredibly true. Taking the time to get clarity, it can feel painfully slow in the moment. It feels like you're not doing anything important. But trust me on this. Having to tear down and rebuild everything you've made 6 months from now because you started without a clear direction, that feels a whole lot slower.